other ones, that have to spend $1 trillion. Quite possible they need to make $2 trillion. How are they going to make that money? I think they're going to compete with you. So for this startup that was working hypothetically in building codes,
Sure.
and they took the time to go find all these building codes. Let's say they hired 100 researchers to, full-time for a year, and they spent $10 million on these 100 researchers to go collect all this information, normalize it, whatever. And then they feed it into somebody else's language model, and now, they learn this information. Not good.
So in that case, Jason, the corollary, the follow-up question is just, are the startups that you're seeing that are kind of rolling their own models, are they using, I presume, all models from China, then the open source stuff from your Moonshots, your DeepSeeks, et cetera?
I think this is the year this is happening, so TBD.
Okay.
But let me ask a couple of them if they're willing to talk. So producer Marcus, maybe we should see if there's somebody in our portfolio who's doing this. We could just ask in Founder University, et cetera.
Martin,
anybody working on open source AI models and training them themselves and running them themselves, and maybe they can come on the show and talk a little bit about it. But it is definitely a trend that's going on. And I saw Andreessen Horowitz was publicly saying, hey, a lot of our startups are using DeepSeek. So that's
what I was going to say. Martin Casado, I think, said that it's like 80% of startups they see are using open source models from China. And I wonder if it's going to be
They're probably using other models as well, by the way. It's just...
Oh, yeah. Not exclusively, but I mean, it's
I think that's how people took that quote, though. People took it as they're picking the open source Chinese model over OpenAI's model. I think it's in addition, or maybe they're experimenting with them. So in other words, they're aware of them. They've got an instance running, and they're sending some jobs to it. And why wouldn't you? I mean, I think ultimately what's going to happen is we're going to have a large language model on our Mac Mini M17. If it's I think I have an M4 right now, and I guess someday I'll have an M5. Somewhere around M10. I'm going to have 4 M10s, or an M10 will have 4 microprocessors in it and some amount of bandwidth and RAM that will give it the ability to run my language model locally. Then when I do that search and I say, hey, show me all the photos of us skiing and, a bulldog in the background, because I'm looking for those pictures of the bulldogs playing on the mountains while we're skiing. It's just going to do that locally, not in the cloud. It's going to index my photos locally. It's going to have all my Gmail local. It's going to,
So do I then have a server in my basement, Jason, that has my family collection of GPUs? Or am I just running a single Mac Mini Pro 2015 edition or 2030 edition, whatever?
I think that the ultimate manifestation of all this is going to be Apple will have local language models, and they'll be pitching us on they're encrypted, they're private, your data's safe, just like they do for iCloud. Your startup needs custom software, but building your own secure, production-ready apps is hard, right? And not every founder has the expertise or time to get started. Well, now you don't have to. Just use Zite, Z-I-T-E. Make whatever you need, from idea to a working app, in just minutes, easily, all on your own. Plus, you can fill it in with forms, apps, databases, and other automations that you need as part of your product. So many of the no-code and vibe coding tools are just flashy demos, or they work on legacy systems that take so much time and effort to learn, let alone master. But Zite is both easy to use and powerful enough to build out the apps you want. And it quickly connects all the other tools you're already using. For example, earlier this month, they added the ability to bulk create and update records. So it's easier and faster than ever to design data-heavy apps that are constantly syncing between systems. That's the kind of attention to detail that sets Zite apart. Start using the #1 AI-powered business software generator on the market. And we're going to give you 50% off your first project. Go to Zite.com/twist to get started. That's Zite.com/twist for 50% off your first project.